Hello, welcome to Gate TV. It is time for another episode of Unlocking the Gate. And we did promise you we would bring you sit-down conversations with the key people from behind the scenes and ask anyone in football. One of the most important people at a club is, of course, the Kitman. And at Margate, we are lucky to have one of the best around. And I am delighted to have him on this episode. Alan, how are you keeping, first of all?
I'm very good, thanks, Charlotte. And yourself?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. I'm missing football, and I suppose the same will probably be said for you. It's not only a sport that you enjoy as a fan, but obviously most recently becoming kitman of the club. It's a 7-day-a-week operation being a kitman, isn't it?
Just a bit, not far off anyway, for sure. I think the wife wonders where I am sometimes, but keep out of the way anyway.
And I suppose it's the most obvious first question to ask. Have you been missing it a lot?
For sure, yeah, for sure. As I said, it's very strange. I went up there one day, I think, just to finish off some stuff because I thought we might be playing, and of course, then all of a sudden we go into lockdown again, and you're in and out like a yo-yo, really. But I said I'm keeping busy, but doing stuff in the garden, etc. So it makes a change. It makes a change.
Like most,
I'm missing it badly, yeah.
Exactly, like most of us, you probably just want it back. And give us an insight. Kitman is the label, but what are the range of tasks that you do, not only on a match day, but throughout the week? Because it's more than people give it credit for, I think.
Yeah, there is a lot more to, and I thought at the time, it's not just the first team kit that I have to prepare, not prepare, but to get ready. It's also the under 23s and also the academy. Obviously, they don't play as much. So the first team's the main thing, but it's not just kit. You've got the, it's not just the kit they wear on match day. You've got their warm-up tops. You've got their warm-up shirts. You've got towels you have to get ready, which do take a while, because obviously towels take a long time to dry, etc. You have to make sure you've got the cones and the match balls, obviously, make sure they're blown up properly. Sometimes they go down a bit quick, but you start to think, that's a bit flat. But they're not very good, the match balls, I don't think, personally. But, they cut easy and things. So we get through quite a lot in the season. People don't realise. And, of course, once I do it on match days, the whole match is a little bit easier for me, actually, ironically, because I can get stuff in the at half time, put some warm up stuff in the dry in the washers, excuse me, and then we got the away games. I take Ivesy with me; he helps me because on the away games, I'm not sure if you're aware, I also do the secretary job because Tom doesn't go to away games, and I also do the Twitter as well. So I'm quite busy.
You're very busy man.
Yeah, so I need a bit of help to do like the kit, etc., to get it all done. And obviously volunteered very kindly, and we got on well, together, sort of thing. It's like little and large. It's like little and large, really. It's quite funny, but we get on well, So.
There's so much preparation goes into getting ready for that ball to be kicked, isn't there? Like behind the scenes, it is a bigger operation than most people think. I want to ask quickly a little bit about you and how you very first got involved with the club as a supporter. How did the love affair with Margate and Hartsdown Park begin?
It's quite funny. So I moved down from Wales as a child, well, as a young adult, I suppose, after I took my O levels. My family moved down and got a guest house in Cliftonville. And for a long while, I didn't even know about Margate FC. I supported Leeds United at the time, have done since the 60s. And I think it was, I remember right, it was the early 90s. A work colleague of mine was selling tickets, like the Margate Football Club lottery tickets. And so one day I just asked him, what's all this about? And it was this Margate FC. And that young man was called Brad Callaghan, who's sadly not with us anymore. But he got me interested in it. So I came up my first game, I would guess probably early 90s. I think Mark Weatherly, the ex-Gillingham player, I believe he was manager at the time. And yeah, it carried on from there, really. You know, I support them quite a few years. I've done various things while I've been on, you know, been up there as a fan. Yeah. I was on the supporters committee for about 4 or 5 years. When I came off that, opportunity arose to be vice president for about 4 or 5 years. So I did that for about 4 or 5 years, which I quite enjoyed. You know, it's a different way of seeing a game, going in the director's lounge, etc. But and then
everything.
Yeah, and then I think Bob Laslett took over, and he didn't really need any help, really, because obviously, you know, he ploughed in so much money, as we all know. And that's when I think Ryan Day was there at the time, and my son Gareth, he was doing Twitter updates, and because of work commitments, he couldn't do them. So I started taking over Twitter things. And
I don't think there's a role left you haven't done, Alan.
Maybe not. I just enjoy helping. You know, it's no skin off my nose. I'm up there anyway, so.
Yeah, no, that's really helpful. And clubs at our level and around that wouldn't be able to operate without individuals like yourself. On a fan's perspective, still, if you were to pick sort of 3 Margate highlights from that first game when you came down to Hartsdown Park and fell in love with the club, what would those 3 highlights be?
From the actual first game, I can't honestly remember the first game, but certainly in my time, the highlights I remember is I think it was about 94 when we beat Dover in the Kent Senior Cup at Priestfield. I believe it was a goal in injury time, if I remember right, and you know we weren't expected to win. I think Chris Kinnear was the manager at Dover at the time, so that was certainly a good game. And then of course the game I do remember, because it's where I was born, in Wales, was against Newport County when I think it was about 2000 when we won the Southern League Premier League, and we needed a point to go up, and it was a 0-0 draw, and there was a few nails being bitten that day, sort of thing. Of course, it was different for me because people were going, "Oh, are you going to support it?" And I went, "Well, Margate, of course. You know, I was born in Newport, but I don't support them that much."
Yeah.
So, and of course, there was a cup games against Fulham. That was a brilliant day because over 5,000 people there, I believe. Kevin Keegan, you know, Butch Wilkins, you know, it was great to see people like that there. And we did really well, even though we lost. You know, we were unlucky. So quite a bit. And obviously the last one, which I guess a lot of fans, especially the younger ones, remember, is when we beat Hendon in the playoff final, which was a very good afternoon. I remember going up there with my son and a couple of his mates, took them up in the car, and fantastic day. And I've still got Ryan Moss's shirt on my bedroom wall which my son presented me, where he signed it, you know, his shirt he wore in that final, sort of thing. So well pleased with him, a little picture of Ryan underneath, sort of thing, you know. So that's still
all
up
those
on
happy memories.
Yeah, it's good, you know. And now, of course, being Kitman, I get to see the other side as well in the change room, etc.
Well, that was going to be my next question to you, Alan. You are probably in one of the most trustworthy positions, being the Kitman. You see and hear everything that goes on within that squad and that dressing room. So I imagine it's quite a privileged position to be in. It is. I enjoy it, and I think maybe in my work life, where I was a manager, etc., I know I have to when to keep quiet, shall we say? You know, when you know. Whereas maybe sometimes, I'm not saying, you know, but other people who did it probably didn't keep quiet. I don't know, you know, but that's just where, of course, we don't, myself and Ives here, we don't go into the pre-match talk or the halftime talk. Yeah.
Jay likes us keep away, which is fine with me. You know, I've never expected that anyway. But it's great to go in, you know, and the lads turn up and Jay and the management turn up, you know, always good fun. Some characters in there for sure, but there's a lot of quiet ones as well. But you know,
yeah, I'm sure there are a lot of characters, and you
know straight away. And the banter's good, and you know, as I said, you know, I'm probably old enough to be well, certainly some of their dads and some of their granddads in certain cases, but you know, they all treat me the same, and it's really nice. And you know, and the banter goes around. I said, even with myself, and especially Ivesy as well. You know, you can imagine, but it's good. I enjoy it.
Yeah, well, that's really good to hear, and I'm sure again the players and the management would consider you part of the squad because you play such a pivotal role. And obviously, you mentioned earlier you have had experience within like the supporters committee, and even like kind of as a director, kind of travelling around. Have you though, in this kitman role, learned a lot more about what goes on behind the scenes that you would never probably know about when you're a supporter? Does it give you that unique insight, I suppose?
Yes, definitely. I think especially on the paperwork you have to do when even when you go to an away game, you know, it's amazing sort of thing. You know, obviously get a team from Jay, etc. Go to see the other secretary, make sure the paperwork is correct, because the Isthmian League will find you. Obviously, I mean, I do check that with Tom, or Tom checks it when I come back on the Monday, sort of thing. You know, but yeah, as I said, and also seeing how a club ticks behind, obviously. I've had chats with Denny as well, you know, see what he does, etc. And obviously, even speaking to Ivesy, you know, even though it's not a grass pitch anymore, I mean, we'll hear more about that later, hopefully. And you know, he's still got a lot of things to do there, sort of thing. So it's very interesting, and you get to chat with Chris occasionally, you know. So
I've always found working in football, there is a massive difference when you are on that supporter, not divide, but when you turn up on 3 o'clock on a Saturday, that experience compared to like match days for most of us, we're building up to it in the week, and sometimes you could all the best laid plans get made and then something happens with the league or something happens things that you just are completely unwritten, which is what we're experiencing at the moment as we're waiting to see what happens
exactly.
With tier 3. It's a lot goes on, and sometimes it is just nice, isn't it, to sit, or whether it be in the commentary or like you are in the dugout, and just hear that whistle go and let the football play, and that's what we all work for.
That's what we're there for,
exactly. And when that whistle goes, do you feel a part of the team with Jay and the management
team?
Oh,
definitely. Jay, as I said, one reason I actually put in for a job as well, when I finished work in London, I used to work in London, and I got fed up travelling, so I had a chance to get into retirement. So they gave me that, and I went on holiday with a wife, and a week later I come back, and all of a sudden there was this post thread on the Margate site asking for a kitman. I went, I could do that, and I saw Tom, and of course got the job nicely. And the reason I did it was because of Jay, because when he was a player, I actually did sponsor him for about 4 or 5 seasons, sort of thing, you know. So you know, I've got quite a good connection with Jay. Hopefully, anyway. I think, you know, I'm probably a pain for him at times, but yeah, he's such a nice chap, and Craig I have as well, and now Jamie, you know, I've met him, and he's a really nice chap, and Doug, of course, as well.
That's the thing. There's really good people around the club, and lots of people dedicate a lot of time, including yourself and many others. While we've got you on Unlocking the Gate, can you talk us through the timings of a Saturday? Because it isn't just rocking up at 1 o'clock and talk us through it.
Yeah. I mean, on a home game, I'd probably get there about 12 o'clock, just to make sure that everything's okay. We obviously get the kit out ready, the warm-up shirts, the jackets, we put in a changing room, and obviously the towels ready for them. I have to make sure the sweets are there, because I do like their sweets.
So what do the boys eat then? What are the requests that you have to make sure that they have? Well,
it used to be wine gums, but now we had a couple of, which shows their age, I guess. We had a couple of requests to buy Fantastics, I think they're called, or Tangfastics or something. Yeah, they're Haribo's. It's always Haribo's. So we tried alternating between Tangfastics and I think it's the Star Mix or something. So, you know, they go down well, and you know, there's loads of them there, and by the end of the game, you see there's hardly any left, sort of thing. So they do like them, you know. I think one person who definitely likes them. He likes wine gums more, but he still has them. He's young Noel. He does like his sweets.
Oh, does he? That might explain the hype.
That might exactly. He's full of sugar. Yeah. It's quite funny, but yeah. So so we do all that, as I said. Get all the kit ready. Check the footballs. And of course, these days with COVID, when we're at the home games, every time a football comes out, when they come back, I make sure they're sprayed, etc. I've got a little spray. I don't know if people see me doing it, but I've got a little spray and some cloths sort of next to me in the dugout, and give them a quick spray sort of thing. Whether they do any good, I don't know, but it's something. It helps anyway. But yeah, so I usually have probably about, I think the lads then come in about 1 o'clock. So you tend to have a few chats with some of them, and have and say hello, etc. Then they put their music on. That's when I tend to go back outside.
What is their music like? I've heard mixed from the management team.
I don't know. I've not got a clue what it is. So sometimes they put on a song. I know this one sort of thing, but other times it's just like boom, boom, boom to me, So I just think, I'm going to go outside for a little bit, and just stand on the pitch, etc., and get the cones ready, ready for Doug to put out and Jamie to put out, etc. They do like to put them out themselves, because they know exactly where they got to go. We can't do them for them; we just get them ready for them, so they're there, sort of thing. So yeah, so it's.
Do players have any superstitions that you have to sort of be aware of?
No, just Jay actually. I've found so far. When he's on an unbeaten run, especially the first season, he didn't. We had new stuff to wear, as in bibs, etc. But because we were winning with the old stuff, he didn't want to change. Which I found, because I'm the least superstitious of all, I think. But I'm starting to get that way. I think, I think, what did I wear last time we won? So what top did I wear? So it's.
I know some of the players do have superstitions about kit and like favourite boots and stuff like that. But I suppose that's something that they kind of just manage themselves.
Yeah. Talking about boots, a few of the senior players, I won't mention any names, but do tend to pass their boots back to me, so they don't forget them, I think, or they got them at home. So different pairs. One of the players, I've got about 3 or 4 pairs of his boots,
Oh, come on, Alan, you've got to tell us who.
Okay, Anstice. I think he's got so many boots, and then he turns up with never pegs. I think he's forgotten I've got his other pairs. I don't know, but so I've got to remember on your away games. So I sort of packed like 4 pairs of boots into his into the tins that we use, just to make sure, because I don't know which ones he wants to wear. So it depends on what the state of the pitch.
Yeah, that's true.
I suppose,
initially in league level, the pitches are of all different standards. Hopefully, we'll be back to getting all those little details ready, and fingers crossed, a little bit of football. I know hopefully the FA Trophy might be the first back for us. My final question for you, Adam, if you can hear me okay. We've got the 4 new kits, and it's a question I've asked all of the team. Which of the 4 designs is your personal favourite?
Well, when I first saw them, the pink one definitely stood out for me. Obviously, Margate's traditionally blue, but I know a lot of players are looking forward to the pink one as well. And I think it's selling pretty well amongst the fans. I know my son Gareth, he's certainly bought one, so he's asking me to keep a lookout for it when it comes, so I can give it to him straight away, sort of thing, So I think the pink one for sure. But I do. Sorry. Yeah, I was going to say I do like the away goalkeeper as well. That's nice. The yellow and grey, is it? I think.
Yeah.
That looks pretty smart. In fact, all 4 do, to be honest, but the pink one does stand out. Because I've actually seen a copy, actually seen one in Denny's office, sort of thing. So it looks even better, shall we say, face to face with it. So I'm looking forward to getting them all ready for the players, and seeing their faces. Fingers crossed. Yeah.
You're right. In the flesh, they look even nicer, which I saw the designs and I really like them from the off. But yeah, in the flesh, they look amazing. And obviously, the boys with the last FA Trophy game, they had all their new travel kit, the warm up kit, which looks really smart as well. And I know there's a few things hopefully being launched in January as well. And it's nice, isn't it? Because it is a part of the club, that the kit you put on.
Yeah. And you know, and then fans want to buy it as well, don't they? So you know, it's all good for the club. Well, I certainly know a lot of fans who are buying it. I know a lot of Libertines fans as well, but it doesn't matter. It brings money to the club. That's what counts, in my opinion.
Yeah, not only that as well, but it's about having an identity and standing out. And when we spoke to Jay, he said it was actually probably one of the best kits he's seen at any level of the game. And I think it just gives a lot of pride, doesn't it? And it helps the football club, and it gives us all something to be proud of and look forward to when hopefully everything crossed, touch wood, all the best part in the world, we will be back very soon.
Yeah. So the first game for the away kit, hopefully, fingers crossed, will be the friendly against Hythe on the 12th. So, you know, we can get them both done. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. In fact, we thought they were coming in this week, but whether I'm not sure if Tom got the wrong date or whatever, but I'm just sort of biting my nails, waiting to get up there, sort of thing, to sort them out, you know, hang them up, etc. And you know, maybe taking some pictures as well, sort of thing, you know.
Get them all
my own
Yeah, definitely. Well, Alan, thank you so much for your time. It was really great to use this as an opportunity to learn more about you from the moment you first stepped into Hartsdown Park to this role as Kitman. And I know everyone at the club really appreciates the time that you give and the role that you play. So fingers crossed, I'll see you at HDP in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed. Thanks very much. Nice seeing you.
You're so welcome. Take good care. And thank you for tuning in to Gate TV. If you haven't already, do make sure that you subscribe so you get the alerts as to when we're going live and when our latest videos are up. Hopefully, we will be talking to another key person from behind the scenes at Hartsdown Park very, very soon. But until then, take good care and keep safe.